Chapter 4. Thinking Mind. The process of thinking is a simple one. It is a swing of the cosmic pendulum from the stability of mind substance to apparent instability and back again to stability. The registration of this effect in the ocean of universal mind is contained within the form of an elongated sphere, and all its variability and complexity may be read upon two exactly opposite spiral waves within two halves of that sphere. Light, heat, electricity, magnetism, form, crystallization, sound, mass, the elements and compounds of elements, time, space, attraction, gravitation, force, energy, inertia, sex, life, death, sleep, memory, the souls of all things, and the complex ideas of all things. In fact, all that man can comprehend of this universe can be spelled out in their beginnings on these two opposing spiral waves within one sphere, and on through their endings in 9 other increasingly larger, though flattening spheres or ellipsoids. These two opposing spiral waves within one sphere represent the entire simple process of thinking, but not the entire variability of the effect of thinking. They represent the highest octave in the cycle of thinking, of which there are 10. The simple process of thinking is repeated exactly in the 10 octaves, but with periodic variability and complexity of registered effect. All variability and complexity of registered effect is orderly in variation and complication, and thus are all effects comprehensible to that man who has knowledge of the cause of those effects. Everywhere, throughout its entirety, the mind substance is in constant agitation, undergoing the orderly process of thinking. The force called thinking, which impels mind into concentration and deconcentration in sequence, is the only energy of the universe. There is no other energy. The universe is mind only. The universal constant of energy registers in the substance of mind the illusions caused by the thinking of mind. Every microscopic point in divine mind becomes the center of the universe of mind, with its first impulse of the act of thinking. For with this first impulse is form born into a universe which is without form. From that center, the explosive reactive, general radiative, electromagnetic disturbance which constitutes the process of thinking reproduces itself throughout the entirety of the universe at incomprehensible speed in waves of creating light units, which waves return again to that exact center. Thinking is an action followed by a reaction of that action. The action of thinking constitutes a series of events in sequence. The intervals between events in sequence constitute that effect of motion called time. Without a sequence of events, time could not be, for there would be nothing to mark time. Time begins with the action of thinking, It is an effect which appears with motion in opposition and disappears into motion in inertia. The events in sequence which gave birth to that appearance called time are the opposing pulsations of generative and radiative light. These opposing pulsations gave dimension and form to that which man calls life. To man, there is no life without form. Form and dimension are fleeting. Life is eternal. Life is merely the action of thinking. And thinking is as eternal as the thinking substance of mind is eternal. Universal thinking is rhythmic thinking. The entire substance of universal mind is thinking in varying but orderly rhythmic meter. The meter of universal thinking is measurable in its orderliness throughout the entirety of the universal substance. The tempo of the cosmic rhythmic meter of thinking is absolute. All thinking is expressed in measurable and opposing impulses of opposing motion. All motion is action and reaction.